Hey guys, welcome to today's video. It's brought to you by the No BS Beauty newsletter, so be sure to check it out and check out the links below. But today I want to talk about how to turn the clock back, how to reverse aging. I know I titled it a little bit presumptuous, how to turn the clock back 5 years in 5 months, but I think if you follow some of these recommendations, you can really do yourself some good in terms of making your skin more youthful. And in this video, I'm really focusing on production of collagen deep in the skin. That is the key to turning back time. Collagen, collagen, collagen. You want more of it, as much of it as you can get. It'll help you look more youthful longer. So I've got different categories for promoting collagen. I've got, I think, 5 major categories. And I think if you follow these, you don't necessarily have to pick these specific products, but I just want to give some examples and reasons why they work. You can certainly fill in your own products, but if you do some of these, I swear you can really turn your skin back and make it looking more youthful. I'm not going to talk about sunscreen, but sunscreen is important. There's no point to doing all of this if you're not going to use sunscreen. So you're better off probably not using any of it. So, okay. First category would be peptides. And peptides are amazing ingredients. They can do wonderful things. Peptides change the world, in my opinion. So, peptides. Different peptides perform different functions in the skin. Some work as signaling peptides to signal fibroblast growth and collagen production. That's what we want. Others, such as SNAP8, influence muscle contraction. That results in more relaxed, line-free face, especially on the forehead and eyes. That's another thing we want. And in my opinion, I have favorite peptides such as copper peptide, Argireline, and SNAP8. Those are my 3 favorites at the moment. And there are other peptides that are still wonderful, like Matrixyl 3000, that functions as anti-aging ingredients by working to prevent the degradation of collagen. They prevent it from degrading. They may not necessarily help with production in it, but stopping it from degrading is also very important. So in terms of peptides, these are 3 of my favorites. So the first one is the RevivSerum Ultimate Serum. It's got 10 different peptides. It's got growth factors, and it's also got several skin-identical amino acids. The Skin Medica TNS treatment is also amazing. This one's about 1/3 of the price, and you get a little bit more of it. So I will link to this below, but if you haven't checked it out, I really consider checking this one out and giving it a try at least once. Okay, next up, the Ordinary Buffet Copper Peptide Serum. This one, the main product is copper peptides. It's got 1% of them in there. It also contains Argireline as well as Matrixyl 3000, which are 2 other amazing peptides. So this is another product we're checking out, very affordable. And then we've got the Niche Beauty Lab Theramid Derma Peptide 22 Multi-peptide Treatment. This one contains some of my favorites. It's got the Epidermal Growth Factor Peptide. It's got the Matrixyl 3000 Duo, and then it's also got the Matrixyl Synthesis Peptide. And so 22% concentration is wonderful. There's lots of different peptide products out here, but in my judgment, in my experience, these are 3 of the best. And with continual use, you will notice some benefits to them. Again, patience is required. That's why I say you turn back 5 years in 5 months. Be patient and take a picture at the beginning of the 5 months and then at the end and see how you look. Okay, next up, we've got ascorbic acid, which is an amazing ingredient. Some skin tolerates it better than others, so there's lots of various concentrations of it. So if you have sensitive skin, you don't necessarily need to go with the strongest version, but there's other options available. So vitamin C in the form of L-ascorbic acid, lots of derivatives. They haven't been studied as much as this form has. It's the primary water-soluble antioxidant in our tissue. Plays a big role in the process where our skin creates new skin-forming collagen. In a study, 10% vitamin C serum was shown to decrease wrinkles when applied for a 3-month period. And then there's another study using a 5% vitamin C treatment for a 6-month period, and it also shows statistically significant improvements in skin hydration, wrinkles, brown spots, and skin density. So we want to do this. The nice thing is with all of these different products, you can use them in different parts of your routine. If you use the vitamin C serum in your morning routine, that's the way to go. It also helps your sunscreen work better. So these are a few of my favorites. We've got, this is currently my #1 favorite. I just reordered it. The Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow. They just came out with the peptide serum as well. So when I ordered that, I had a chance to reorder this serum. I love it. It's amazing. This is my #1 vitamin C recommendation. If you haven't tried it, it is wonderful. 15% ascorbic acid, ferulic acid, and vitamin E. This is it. I'll name some other options, which are also great, but in my opinion, this is the one that I love. And if I had to pick one for the rest of my life, it would be that version. Dime Beauty also has one. Their Hyperglow Antioxidant Brighten Serum. We've got ascorbic acid, vitamin E, ferulic acid, as well as Reseveratrol. My only issue with this is I got it and it came golden colored, which is what you want, because when it turns dark brown or rusty, it's oxidized, it's getting old, it's not as functional. I didn't have any issues. Mine arrived fine, but other people have not had that same experience. The nice thing with Geek and Gorgeous, they manufacture theirs weekly, so you know it's going to arrive fresh and new. So I like the Dime one, but I want to mention that because if you get one that's already oxidized, it's kind of a bummer because it's not going to be super effective. I also want to mention the Timeless Vitamin C and Ferulic Serum, 20% ascorbic acid. They also have a 10% version. And then a couple other ones I really like were the Stratia Skin Serum and the Pharmacy Waterless 10% Vitamin C Serum. These aren't my as favorites to the Geek and Gorgeous, but these are also a couple of alternatives that might be better for sensitive skin or super dry skin. So they're worth mentioning as well. Okay, next up we've got Retinoids, vitamin A, pure vitamin A. It's wonderful. One of the most studied, if not the most studied, anti-aging ingredient. And I've got lots of alternatives for us and all types of prices, which is also very nice. I've got some that are a little bit more pricey, some are that a little bit more affordable, and different strengths and concentrates. So Retinoids, retinol is vitamin A. It's broken down into skin, into retinoic acid, and that's how it works its magic. It needs to be broken down in the skin. There's lots of different forms of retinoids, lots of weak ones that may not work as well, but retinol is great. Tretinoin is great. So once it transforms into retinoic acid in skin, it helps with firming skin. It helps with texture in skin. It helps sagging skin. It also helps with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and it can also help lighten hyperpigmentation. Tretinoin, the prescription version of the retinoids, can also help boost skin's own collagen production. I say that because there's not as much studies as retinol or retinal. Tretinoin is the most studied version of it, and it's prescription. But these are all ones I'd recommend. So I've got 2 from Geek and Gorgeous. The A-Game. The A-Game 5 is the weaker version. The A-Game 10 is a little bit stronger. They're both very affordable. They're wonderful. If you're newer to retinoids, I'd start with the 5. And if you're experienced with retinoids, go with the 10. Wonderful, affordable. It also has cloudberry oil, vitamin E, and panthenol. Next up, I've got the Peach and Lily Retinol for All Renewing Serum. This one contains retinol, cloudberry oil as well, and ectwine and bisabolol, which are sensitive skin ingredients. So this one's also worth checking out, a little bit more expensive. Next up, the Beauty of Joseon, ginseng and retinol eye cream. This stuff is really wonderful. It's got retinol, ginseng, adenosine, it's got a peptide in there, and it's really nice. It's marketed as an eye cream, but it's more of an all-over cream. You can certainly use it around your eye area, but the bottle of it is large, so you don't have to feel like you should only use it around your eye area, because 1 ounce, the same as all of these other ones. Next up, on the little bit more expensive side, we've got the Allies of Skin Retinol and Peptides Repair Cream. They changed the name of it recently, but in here we've got retinol, we've got peptides, we've got phenethyl resorcinol for brightening, and we also have glutathione for brightening as well, so I'll link to this one below. And then a couple other ones I wanted to mention. The Ordinary came out with their retinol emulsion, which is very nice as well. The bottle is a little bit tiny, but it's a little bit of a weaker version, or it's 0.2%, so it's very nice serum. It's, again, the bottle's a little bit tiny, but I've tested it and reviewed it recently, and it's still a really nice product. And then Altrino, which is my prescription tretinoin that I use, and this stuff is wonderful. I tried prescription tretinoin a long time ago, and it was a different version, and it was very drying. However, if you have drier sensitive skin, the Altrino version of it, I've had great luck with it. So I think that one is worth checking out as well. Okay, next up, got 2 more categories. Next up, alpha hydroxy acid exfoliants. And I've got a handful of these to recommend. Okay, so, and when I mention AHAs, I'm typically referring to glycolic acid and lactic acid. Those are the two most studied types of AHAs. There's studies done on glycolic acid product at a proper, so studies done on glycolic acid needs to be at a proper pH, which is typically between 3 or 4 or under 4, more importantly, and at a concentration of 10% and up. Those are the two main variants in there. So once you have that, it's proven to firm skin, boost collagen, and since glycolic acid is the smallest of all the AHAs, it gets deeper down, which is probably why it's more proven to help with collagen production and firming skin. And then again, another reminder, be patient. Collagen synthesis in skin takes time. So you want to focus on the long haul, typically 4-6 months. Between there, you'll notice some benefits. So I've got some ones that I really highly recommend. Let's see. Geek and Gorgeous. So these are all 3 of their exfoliants. So their smooth out one, and I bought all these, and their peptide version that they came out with is coming soon. I mentioned that, as well as some larger size bottles of these because I've tested them all, but I use these to travel with. So in here, we've got 10% glycolic acid. We've got 2% lactic acid, panthenol, prickly pear extract. These are their other 2 exfoliants, and they're all wonderful for different reasons. So worth checking out. Next up, the Kinship Self-Smooth Serum. This one's 10% glycolic acid. It also has strawberry extract, oat extract, and lactobacillus ferment, and it's really affordable. So don't let the little bottle put you off of it because it's really wonderful. The Peach and Lily Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Cocktail Serum. We got 10% lactic acid, green tea extract, and then Saccharomyces rice ferment filtrate. And then on the most expensive one, we've got the Drunk Elephant TLC Fram Boost Glycolic Serum, which is now a 10% blend of glycolic and lactic acid. It also includes aloe, green tea, and marula oil. And then we've got one I want to mention, the Ordinary 10% lactic acid, super affordable. I think it's around $12 or so. So if you're on a budget, this is very affordable and still also going to be very functional. And last but not least, I know in the past I've been very down on skincare supplements, and for most of the part, I still am. I think most of them are preying on people that are really hopeful, but there are some that I'll admit when I've been wrong about something, and I'll admit I've been wrong about one thing, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So out of hundreds of supplements, these are the ones I recommend. There's 3 of them at this point. Helio Care. There's studies that prove polypodium leucotomus prevent sun damage better than just using sunscreen alone. I've been taking this supplement now for over 5 years. I take 1 a day, or sometimes in the summer I'll take 2. And I take them in the morning. It's proven. There's PubMed research on it that it protects the skin. And by protecting the skin from sun damage, you protect it from aging. Next up, the Life Extension Skin Restoring Ceramides. This supplement I added in my routine about 4 or 5 months ago. And I initially started to take this supplement just for skin hydration, but I do think it's helped with skin hydration, firmness, reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So I do believe this has helped. And then last but not least, this is the one I've been most critical of. And I will say biotin, I'm still critical of. Biotin as a supplement in and of itself, I'm very skeptical of, because unless you have a biotin deficiency, I don't think it does much, but I mean, I could be wrong. So I will say I was very down on collagen peptides as a supplement. Very, very, very skeptical of them. I still am a little bit, but there's starting to become anecdotal evidence from some dermatologists that these collagen peptides may actually work deep down in skin. There's a dermatologist I listened to on the radio, Dr. Doris Day. She did a podcast recently discussing some of these, and I could be wrong about it. I don't know everything, and I think perhaps these may actually work. There's still not a lot of, it's not still well understood, but the dermatologist said that they noticed some benefits from it, so I've started to use these in the last couple months. Probably too soon to tell if it's made a huge difference. I'm still leery of some other supplements, but I think this might be something that might work for some people, maybe not everyone, but for some. So, and then the main ingredient here is collagen peptides from bovine, which I think is a cow, correct? Mm-hmm. Bovine. And then also has amino acids listed. So it might be worth a try as a supplement. I still think if you focus on some of these other things, and HelioCare, in terms of supplements, if you had to pick one, that's the end-all-be-all one. These other ones might also be beneficial. So, in my opinion and research, these are some tips to turn the clock back. And again, you can fit your own products in, but focus on these main categories. Retinoids, peptides, exfoliants, and ascorbic acid are the main things. So, anyway, interested hearing from you guys. If you have any comments or thoughts or additions, leave them below, and I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.